Okay, welcome to my video on the mixed tenses. In this video, I'm going to explain something about the present simple, the present continuous, and the going to future. But most importantly, I'm going to explain how you can choose between these three different tenses when you have to use all of them in a mixed way. So, what do you actually need? It would be very handy if you have a pen and your notebook with you so that you can write down your answers and then check whether you actually understand what we are doing. Now, we're going to take a look at the present simple first, and we'll start with the form. So, what does it actually look like? For the present simple, what you have to pay attention to is he, she, and it. For I, you, we, and they, nothing really changes, as in nothing changes to the form of the verb. It's just I walk, you walk, we walk, they walk. But for he, she, and it, something always changes in the present simple. You have to add an S. So it walks, he walks. So the boy walks, or Clara walks. You also have an exception here as well. So if your verb, your werkwoord, ends in a Y, like I carry, ik draag, again, the only thing that you have to change is for he, she, and it. But the Y changes into IE. So it becomes he carries. And finally, for verbs that end in double S, for instance, like I kiss, nothing changes to I and you and we and they, but for he, she, and it, you have to add an extra E because you can't have a word ending in three S's. It doesn't become kiss, so it becomes kisses. Now, how do you make a question? In the present simple, what you do is you add do for I and you, they and we, and you add does for he, she, and it. So do I walk, but does he, she, or it walk? Loop ik, loopt hij. For negations, again, I don't walk, you don't walk, they don't walk, we don't walk. They all look the same. And the only thing that's different is for he, she, and it, because there it becomes doesn't walk. So he doesn't walk. The man doesn't walk. The woman doesn't walk. The dog doesn't walk. Now, when do we actually use the present simple? We use the present simple in for two different reasons. First of all, to describe facts, so things that are just always true, like it doesn't snow in summertime. And we use it for habits, so things that we do a lot or that we do very often, or for things that we never do at all. So I usually take the train to work is a habit of mine, except I don't take the train to work right now because I have to stay at home. The signal words. Okay, signal words or keywords, as some teachers call them, are words that tell us that we have to use a certain tense, in this case, the present simple. It's very important that you actually learn all of these words by heart so that you can recognize them when you make an exercise or when you are talking in English. Now, write them down so you can pause the video as you write them down and then continue playing my explanation. I'll quickly translate the words for you as well. So usually means gewoonlijk, always is altijd, often vaak, never nooit, sometimes soms, every day, every week, every month, every year, iedere dag, iedere week, iedere maand, ieder jaar. And on Mondays, op maandag, iedere maandag. So I usually take the train to work. Usually is our signal word. Now for our next tense, the present continuous, number 2. The form looks like a form of to be. So I am, you are, he, she, or it is, they are, and we are. Then what you have to do is add the verb. So walk, and then ing. So I am walking. Now, how do you make a question? You just turn it around. So it becomes, am I walking? Are you walking? Is he walking? Etc. How do you make a negation? You add not. I am not walking. He is not walking. We are not walking. When do we use the present continuous? Well, we really use it for something that is going on right now. So something that takes a longer time. For instance, she is listening to music right now. Or I am telling you about the present continuous right now. Now, what are the signal words? Basically, words that tell you that something is going on right now. So, a word like right now, or now, at the moment, or look, or listen. For instance, look, he is singing a song, or listen, the teacher is explaining something to you. Or while, terwijl. While I am telling you about the present continuous, I am feeling very happy. Yes, I am. Okay, our next tense is going to be going to future. What does it look like? Again, a form of to be, going to, a verb. So I am going to walk, you are going to walk, he is going to walk, we are going to walk, etc. How do you make a question? Again, you put the verb am, are, is, and are in front of your subject. So, am I going to walk? Are you going to walk? And for negations, what you have to do is add not. I am not going to walk. You are not going to walk. He is not going to walk. And you put the not between am and going, or is and going. Now, when do we use going to? We use going to when we talk about something that we are planning to do in the future. So, a plan that we have for later tonight, or for next week, or for next year, or maybe a plan that we do not have for next year. So, I am going to watch a movie tonight, is a plan that I have. They are going to visit the zoo next week. I don't think that they are actually allowed to visit the zoo, but still, they are planning on going, so they are going to visit something in the future. The signal words are basically words that tell you that it takes place in the future. So a word like tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, and then we know that it will happen in the future. Okay, so a lot of text right now. On the right, you can see a list of steps. Step number 1, is there a signal word? And then there's yes, and there's no. So I'm going to talk you through these sentences. If at any point you want to try them for yourself, just pause my explanation and then you can listen to me again when you are done. Okay, so Tim never lied to his mum. So the word lie is what we have to change here. Is there a signal word? Yes, never. So never is a signal word for the present simple. Tim is our subject on the verb, so it's a he, so that becomes lies. Jack and Jill do the dishes right now. Is there a signal word? Yes, there is. Right now. Right now signals the present continuous. The subject of this sentence is Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill is they. So they are doing the dishes right now. Jack and Jill are doing. Number 3, we not buy more chocolate tomorrow. Is there a signal word? Yes, there is. Tomorrow. Which tense? The going to future. The subject of our sentence is we. And then we have to fill in the correct form. You can see that it says not buy, so we have to make a negation here. So it becomes we are not going to buy. We're not going to buy more chocolate tomorrow. 4, water freeze when it becomes very cold. Is there a signal word? Nope, there's not. So is it a habit, or is it in the present, or is it in the future? It's not in the future. We can't actually tell. So it's in the present, and it's actually a fact. It's just a fact. Water freezes when it becomes very cold. Water is our subject, and so freeze gets an S. Water freezes. 5, stop talking to me. I'm very hard on this prezi. So is there a signal word? No. Is it in the present or future? It's in the present. Is it a habit or a fact? No. Is it going on right now? Yes, so it becomes I am working very hard on this Prezi. So here you have the words again written out. A bit more practice. Again, you can fill out your answers right now and pause the video, and then I will talk you through the correct answers. Okay, so the correct answers are Tim is going to do some grocery shopping later today, and we know this because later today indicates that it takes place in the future. In two, is you often cook dinner. Now, often is a signal word for the present simple, so it's you cook. Three, I wear jeans a lot, is a habit. It's something that you do a lot, so I wear. In four, listen tells us that it's a present continuous. So Sam and Lisa, they, it's two people, are singing a song. And five, he is going to buy some new clothes tomorrow. Tomorrow tells us that it takes place in the future. So he is going to buy some new clothes tomorrow. Now, hopefully you learned a bit about how you can actually choose between these different tenses. Most important thing really is that you know how to make these tenses, what the forms are, but also what the signal words are, because they will help you out so much. So really study them. Now, if you have any questions, you can always ask me in the comments or send me a message, and I will add some extra exercises in the video description as well. Now, see ya.